Good afternoon, Ms. Hines. My name is Amanda Wilson, and I wanted to thank you for coming in today. Um, Before we start talking about why you came in today and about some of your history that you filled out, I would like to discuss with you about confidentiality. And I just want you to know that anything you share with me in our sessions, they are completely safe. They stay with me. I won't pass any judgment on you. I want you to feel comfortable talking to me. And I want to just go over what our policies are here at our agency and let you know, because you are going to be signing the acknowledgement of confidentiality. Um, Information that is shared by you in the counseling relationship is kept strictly confidential. Um, your information is not disclosed to any third party, except there are some circumstances. So one is you, as the client, signs a written release of information indicating informed consent of such release. And then a second reason is you, the client, expresses intent to harm him or herself or someone else, and we have to breach confidentiality for that. The third reason, there exists a reasonable suspicion of abuse or neglect or of an elderly person or a child or a dependent adult. Um, we would have to breach confidentiality for that. And then the fourth reason would be a court order, which is received where we have to disclose information. But it is our policy to assert privileged communication on behalf of the client and the right to consult with a client if at all possible, except during an emergency before mandated disclosure. So we will aim to inform clients of all mandated disclosures as conceivable. Do you have any questions about our confidentiality policies?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. If you wouldn't mind signing that release form for me before we go any further.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it. Okay. And we're briefly going to, I know you filled out quite a bit of paperwork, some history for me. So we're going to go over a little of that, and then we're going to skip around into some different sections, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. But the first thing I wanted to briefly discuss was some physical or medical history. And Ms. Hines, would you mind saying your full name for me?
Yes, my full name is Abby Hines.
All right. Would you mind sharing your street address?
Yes, my street address is 9138A Lavender Lane, MCARC, Wakoni.
Okay. And your date of birth, please.
My date of birth is November 21, 1989.
Okay. And briefly, are you on any medications currently?
Yes, I'm currently on Zoloft for depression.
Okay. All right. And any physical symptoms that you may have? I've just got a short little list here, and I was going to just go down the list briefly. And if you have any of these symptoms, if you'll just indicate yes or no. Headache.
Yes.
Okay. Any loss of appetite?
Sorry?
Loss of appetite?
No.
No. Um, any do you use any sedatives to help you sleep? Do you get dizzy from that or anything?
No.
No. Okay. Any bowel disturbances,
No.
depression or fainting spells?
Yes.
Yes to the, I'm sorry, yes to the depression. And what about the fainting spells?
No.
No. Okay. Have you experienced any fatigue?
Yes.
Um, Anxiousness?
Yes.
Okay. Fears?
Yes.
Any trouble sleeping?
No.
All right, thank you for that. Um, and then um, let's see, we discussed a little bit of your medical history. I already have some of your family history and background history. So I wanted to just skip today to kind of ask you what brings you in today, what is really troubling you that you would like to talk about today.
Okay, so the main focus here is I'm just having like sexual dysfunction.
Okay, all right. And when did this problem first occur for you?
It's been a while. It's been a long time, probably since I was 21 years of age.
You were 21. Okay, so quite a while, I see. All right. And who prompted you to work on this difficulty?
Yeah, when it first started, like I didn't really see it as a problem, but since like I wasn't having like any kind of interest, like
Mhm.
um any interest about sex, so my boyfriend actually prompted me to like seek help.
I see. And I wanted to back up for just a moment. I wanted you to know I know I've already kind of asked you some sensitive questions, and if these are too sensitive for you, please feel free to say no, I'm not going to answer that, or I want to come back later. I want you to feel safe and feel comfortable because I know these are very personal and sensitive questions. So is that okay with you? And please,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, just let me know. Say, hey, no, I'm not answering. Okay. All right. So my next question is, how do you feel about how do you feel about masturbation?
Um, I don't engage in masturbation.
Okay. How do you feel about sexual fantasy?
Sexual fantasy, I think, is a great aspect of human sexuality, but it just like a pattern for me. It doesn't really change anything about my feelings for sex.
I see. Okay. And one other sensitive question, how do you, well, I've got several here, but how do you feel about sex toys?
I never had one, so I don't have any feelings about that.
All right. So these things that we just discussed, how would you feel if, say, when we start working on your goals for therapy, would you be open to exploring or trying any of these things that we talked about? What are your thoughts?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. And what is your overall goal right now? If you could just tell me, like, what do you think would be your goal for therapy right now?
My goal for therapy is about to revitalize my sexual desire.
Okay. All right. And right now, do you have, are there any ways that you would like to enhance your sexual fulfillment? Like, are there any areas that you had in mind that you would like to work on to enhance that?
Yes, I would like to work on having a frequency of sexual intercourse and increased sexual interest for myself and for my partner.
Okay. All right. So, would you agree that right now you're dealing with sexual dysfunction and maybe low libido? Would you agree with
Yes.
that? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, um, that will conclude what we're talking about for today. And we're going to explore more of this information in our next session. And I'd like for you to make an appointment if you would like. Our hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And if you have any questions, I'll make sure you have my email. You can email me anytime in between sessions and I'll get back to you. And of course, if you have any, if there's any kind of medical emergency or any thoughts of suicide or anything, I'd love for you to always call 911 if there's something like that. But I really appreciate you sharing with me today. And I shouldn't remember everything that we said here is kept confidential. And before we go, do you have any questions for me today?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Would you like for me to schedule your appointment or would you like to do that on the way out?
Um, I can do it on my way out.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I look forward to meeting with you again soon. And once again, just please feel free to email me if you have any questions. So have a good afternoon.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank
Mhm.
you.
It's nice to meet you. Bye-bye.